This recording is for people who have purchased the VisualSniff application and have run into a tricky problem where you're not able to see any network interfaces when you try to run the application. So we'll walk you through step by step how to resolve this problem. So the problem I'm talking about is this. When we run VisualSniff, you get the interface, but notice there are no adapters available. The problem is actually caused by the default permissions that are set on the network interfaces in OS X, and it actually does things a bit differently than most other Unix-based systems. It's a little bit behind the times in this particular aspect, though personally I love OS X. This is just one small issue it has. Now, to resolve the problem, you probably found your way here because of the link that's right there in the application. So let me demonstrate to you how you resolve this problem. It's actually very easy, and we've created a script, a very basic script, to assist you with this. So I'll start by quitting out of VisualSniff, and I'm just going to bring up Safari. Once Safari is up and running, I'm going to go to a link here, and the link I'm going to is actually found in the show notes for this particular screencast, so you don't have to worry about typing this in exactly. You can just click on the link that's found there. But it's found in the Client Files section on the Enclave Forensic site, and the name of the script or the file is VisualSniffPerms.sh. Now if I just select that link, you'll see that it automatically created a download for that, which is exactly what I'm looking for. With that done, I'll quit out of this and now bring up a terminal prompt. To bring up a terminal, just hit the Command spacebar to bring up Spotlight and type in the keyword terminal. Now, you may be wondering why we didn't just build this functionality right into the application. And the easy answer is that the Mac App Store requirements do not permit us to have any kind of interaction that will require you to authenticate and become an administrator. And changing the permissions on these particular files will require that. Now, the sniffer itself will never be run as administrator, but we're simply granting ourselves the ability to be able to access those sniffer interfaces. Now I just downloaded them, and when you open up this command prompt, this terminal, you'll find that it is by default going to be in your user home directory. So within that command prompt, simply type cd downloads, which should be where you'll find the VisualSniff Perms script. Now that I have that script and have located it, I simply need to run the following command. sudo, which tells it to temporarily elevate your permissions to be an administrator, sh, which will invoke the command interpreter, and I'll ask it to run the command interpreter against the VisualSniff Perms command. Now, when you run this, it will prompt you for your password. Now, you may see some additional output here if it's the first time you've ever run sudo. I've been using this as a test machine, so I don't see that extra output, but don't let it scare you. Simply enter your password, and now everything is ready to go. I can simply close that window, restart VisualSniff, and now my interfaces are available. And since they're available, if I click the Start button, you can see that immediately VisualSniff begins to work. So you will never have to do this again. You only need to run it one time on any given computer that you plan to use this tool on, but that simple command simply reconfigures those interfaces so that you can now access the sniffer without becoming an administrator. If you do have any additional questions or problems, please feel free to contact us and we'll help you resolve them right away.